So I decided to start working on the intake here, the intake tube. Only reason I'm running tubes on this truck instead of the factory is the simplicity of working on it. It gives you way more room, messing with the plugs or anything. I actually use the factory air box, so the factory filter. This just runs from the throttle body to that. So with it getting hot, I know it's not turbo or a race vehicle. Get out here, bug. Get out here, bug. Trying to make a video. Okay. Bugs all over me. Trying to go up my nose. This is pretty thick. It's supposed to be up to so many, I don't know, hundreds of degrees resistance. So that should still help lower my intake temperatures. Not a big deal on this truck, but I do kind of hate how hot these get. Part of the other reason I'm covering, this is actually a piece from one that I bought. This was a piece from one that I found. So, I mean, you can see it looks like hell. So that's part of the reason I'm doing this. This will at least give it a good look. Bug, come on now. The hell? It must be fruity or something. This thing's all over me. I got the fan in here. Sometimes that helps, but this ain't giving up. He's ruining my video. Okay, so anyways, I come up with, this board just gives me the measurement, gives me a safe place to cut. I've cut out like 8 or 9 pieces here. I've already started notching this one before I started to make a video. This notches round for that pipe. So that's all you'll need. Box cutter, board, to the length you want. And what I done is I measured it to where it'll go around and it'll overlap about half an inch. And then I'll make it to where when it goes around, I'll start front to back to front and go around where you don't see the overhang, and it'll be toward the back part way up to where you don't see it. But anywho's, let's get to doing this here, and I'm not hands-free. I have no way to record, so we'll see what we can come up with here. I got the first piece. I wanted to kind of tell you how I did that. Sorry my informal videos, instructional videos are lousy. I need to really start using my tripod. So what I done is for this piece, I actually took my piece and I set it down after I figured out how it needed to be, and I started wrapping it like this. That way it was good and straight. And then other than that, just remember your lap. So this will actually sit in the truck like this, kind of at a lean, well, about like how it leans there. So from the front you do not see the overlap, and from the back you'd have to get way down. It's low, and that one even still has a scotch tape on it. I didn't want to waste any, but let's keep going. Okay, now you got to think how your intake's gonna go. In my case, this pretty much is it. That's how it'll sit in the vehicle. Now I started my overlap, and I want my overlap. This pipe is more important than that one. That one is in the back, so I didn't worry about where the overlap was, you know, whether it went over or under. I just wanted the line back there. So now this one you can see from this side of the vehicle. So still dealing with a bug getting in my face as soon as I start recording. So I want my overlap to roll around, and after I figured out my overlap, I moved the tape and I marked it on the back with a Sharpie. See that? That way I know where to start. I'll start wrapping it with the bottom, and I'll wrap it around, and I'll keep that pattern going up the pipe to where if you was to rub the pipe from the intake, it would be smooth on the way down. Your hand wouldn't catch the edge of the tape unless you went backwards, and it basically just gives it a uniform kind of look. Okay guys, here it is finished up. I think it turned out pretty good. Now you've got, when you get in the middle, if you have to do one like I did with a curve, that's going to give you some trouble. I've got a couple wrinkles out of the deal, but overall, I mean, it sits in the truck. It's going to be way back here. I think it looks good. And there's the back side. Look at that. That's the first time I've ever used that stuff. I like it. I like messing with it. And it should lower my temperatures and may even make it quieter. A little bit of sound dampening. But there it is. And I got to the edge. And what I done is I wanted to keep the length going. See how they're kind of even till you get toward the middle, which is part of it. What I done is I let it overhang, and then I went around it with my box blade and cut it up. But hopefully y'all enjoy and it helps somebody. Have a good one.